teacher today. My name's Kayla and I'm from Toronto, Canada, born and raised, and I love to travel and I have a passion for our African history and all the cultures across the African diaspora. I love to incorporate this into my English classes to help you learn more about you and also learn English at the same time. So today I'm going to ask and answer a very important question. And that question is, could it be that being a polyglot, being multilingual is in our DNA? That it's in our history? Well, we're going to look at the life of a historical Canadian figure, which will reveal more of our history and our relationship to languages. So, who is this black man on the Canadian postage stamp? That is Matthew da Costa. Canadians recognize him as the first African recorded in Canadian history. It was recorded that in 1605, Matthew da Costa arrived on the shores of Canada with French traders and acted as an intermediary and interpreter between the French and Canadian people living on the land at that time. He spoke the Algonquin and Mi'kmaq languages, which were two First Nations in the territories of Canada. Matthew da Costa spoke over 7 languages. He spoke French, Dutch, Portuguese, Mi'kmaq languages, Algonquin languages, Beninian languages, Criollo, and Pidgin Basque. But he wasn't the only one of his kind. There was also another very prominent interpreter named Jan Rodriguez. Matthew da Costa was from the Benin Empire, which is now in what's known as southern Nigeria. Europeans had been trading with Beninians and other African nations for many years during this time, and during this time Africans began learning European languages as well as developing Creole languages, which were a mix of the two, and also learning languages of other nations as they went on voyages around the world to engage in trade. Europeans were known to hire Africans who were multilingual and could act as intermediaries for them while they did trade for other nations. They were also known to not be inclined to learn the languages of their trade partners and developed a dependency on Africans who spoke many languages of their trade partners. These multilingual intermediaries were highly skilled, highly valued, and they were paid very well. European traders depended on them, as did their trade partners. At this time, it was normal for Africans to speak multiple languages. If they knew other European languages, it was usually their third or fourth language. Matthew da Costa worked first for the Portuguese, and as he gained recognition and fame, he was then hired by the French and the Dutch, which got him in a little bit of trouble and landed him in jail in Canada. After that, the rest is history. This figure in Canadian history tells us a lot about who we were and what we did and the languages we spoke and the trade we engaged in. So I hope this motivates you to take on learning English, because languages is something that we have a history of doing a lot of, speaking a lot of, and using languages to build bridges between nations. I hope you learned today, and we'll see you again sometime soon.